Welcome to Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig. I'm Leslie Ray. This is my crafty gig. Tonight, I am going to be playing with this lovely frame. I've already played with it a little bit. I took it apart. I don't know if you can see in the finish right there, kind of there's a space right here, and there's a space right here. It used to have bars here and here, so that it was 3 panels. And because this was bought at the Dollar Tree, it was real easy to disassemble. So I pulled those off because I didn't want them. I wanted it to be long like this. And this window is about 3 inches by about 9 inches. And this is the perfect size for me to make a little frame with Samantha written in it for her. So that,
it's my frame.
So it can go in her space where she likes to be. No, go on. No, we're not showing that. So what I've already done before you got here is I have taken it apart. I stuck it back together for you just for a second. Take the back off. Take the glass out. Amanda, you might want to get some supervision to take your glass out. And then put this to some sanding. And I used an emery board. It worked better than my little sanding block. And I sanded the finish off of it. The reason I sanded it, and I would sand it if I was either going to paint it, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue some other paper on it. I want it to have a different border. If it was darker, I would also do some sanding before I did the, like a sealer or something, before I did some Mod Podge on it, or before I did some gesso on it to change the color, whatever. Yes, there are 10 people in the room. So, anyway, here is where we are. I've already sanded it, so you wouldn't see me sitting there and sanding. See? It was about this color. It just had some shine on it, and I sanded the shine off because I wanted it to stick to my glue. Hi, Mommy. Fab can't see the people. Are you on the iPad, Fab? Oh, while Mommy's here, before I forget, Mommy, do you have any more sets of the spring distress inks and reinkers left? They should be arriving this week. Yes. How many sets do you have left, Mommy? They're going to arrive Monday. They're in Dallas right now. We'll run over and get them. I know. I'm very excited. Yay. I'm excited. I reserved me some. You should reserve you some. All the cool kids will have them. So, why don't you win the lottery? Well, you figure that one out and share with us. I'm moving my keyboard here, and I'm going to get my little mini crafting sheet out here. I have a couple of crafting sheets. This is my mini one. What I'm going to do is I've got this lovely paper. My bud Molly came and visited me last weekend, and she brought a paper pack for Fancy Pants. I forget the name of the paper pack. I pulled stuff out. But this is what we're going to put on the frame. And then I've already pre-cut. This was a page in the book, and this is going to be the background that's going to go in my frame. I know it's very fun paper, and it's very Miss Fancy Pants. And then I printed out some letters, and I'm going to do zentangles on the insides of these letters, and each of them is going to, like the S is going to be Sioux flowers, or the A will be Ah. It'll be a zentangle name, so all of them will start with the name. This is an exercise I did with my own name. It was really very fun, and so I'm going to do that with hers. But first, before we need all these other pieces of paper, we're going to use these. I'm going to move my camera down, move my zentangle pages out of the way. I'm going to show you what I did. I looked up on tanglepatterns.com, and I looked for the different patterns that represented the letters of her alphabet name, and I just printed them off on sheets. I'll show you that again in a minute, but that was the easiest thing to do for me. So I'm gonna move my camera down. Everybody ready? Here we go. Woo! Hello, pretty paper. So yes, this is very Sam I Am. She went through the whole pad, Molly, and she said, "Oh, that's for my friend Madeline and I, and that's my da-da-da." And she's very excited about this paper. I knew she would be. I told you. So this will be the perfect thing for her, sign for her wall. And if my boy drives me crazy like he's been doing this last week, I may do his in pink also. This paper, Molly brought it down. She brought me down a couple of paper packs. And Sam picked this out of it. I can't remember. I know, what is it? Molly, do you remember the name of it? Sam, can you bring me... Oh, the American Girl. Yes, American Girl. That's exactly right. Not kidney stones. Just kidneys. It's got some very cute patterns. Molly used part of it because I was looking for this one that was on the top. And I was like, oh, snap. But it has lots of really cool patterns in it, too. I've poured here in just a recycle container some crystal lacquer. Yeah, snap. I said, oh, snap. That's okay, Molly. Maybe if it's not gone, we'll get some more because there's lots of really cool papers in there. I didn't say my bad, Mom. And all I'm doing is painting onto this, because crystal lacquer can be used as not just for, glossing things up on the outside. It can be used as an adhesive as well. And I really like the look of things torn, if you haven't been paying attention to some of the stuff I'm doing lately. I've been tearing a lot. Tearing is very therapeutic as well. And I like the weight of this paper. It's not too terribly thick, so it wraps around this frame very nicely. Did everybody see the how my file folder turned out that I was working on Wednesday? It was posted on my blog and on the Altered Pages blog today. Thank you, Mommy. Well, you didn't see it, Molly. You need to go see it. It's on my blog, and it's on the Altered Pages blog. And the cool thing is when I got home from work, I had an email from the owner of the company, my boss on the DT, and thank you. I appreciate you liking my Festive Friday card. She asked me, did I mind if she made it into a kit? And I said, no, I know I don't. Which, this is not my kit that I'm doing for May. I have a kit that I'm putting together for May for her company, and that will be coming out in May. That's not that kit, but this is just a separate thing that was just kind of a, hey, do you want to make this into a kit? And I said, hey, that sounds like fun. So I'm very excited that it was kit worthy. Are you sure that's Festive Friday, Mom? Because some days, you know. Okay. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm not calling you out, Mom. I was getting my pre-posts about what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of months on my shows ready for Ustream and for my events on my fan page. And we are quickly approaching June. Does anybody know what June is? Besides my 20th wedding anniversary, it is Father's Day. It's Cheryl's birthday. Just so y'all know, the boys have arrived at camp. It's your aunt's birthday. Happy birthday to your aunt. It's close to vacation. This is Vegas time. Really, people? Come on. I started Crafty Gig in June of last year. It will be 1 year of Crafty Gig. How cool is that? I know. That is exciting. You might get a prize. I think we should have a celebration. Wimbledon. It's Crafty Gig, Fabs. Crafty Gig. I know. I can't believe it's going to be a year either. I'll keep the rent on my room here, and we'll go for another year. What do y'all think? You'll bring snacks? I'm going to Dawn's. Dawn's making omelets. I've been hungry for omelets. What day in June did I start my show? That was the second Friday in June. So whatever day that second Friday in June was. Because I think back then Fab even had first Friday and I had second Friday and he had third Friday and I had fourth Friday. Yes, this technique would also work with Mod Podge. This is going to leave a nice glossy sheen and do all of the sealing and everything all at once. So would Mod Podge. But I just wanted to do this with this tonight because I hadn't done anything like this with lacquer in a while on camera. So I wanted to share that with y'all. You could add crackle glaze later, Jim, if you wanted to. I think for Sam, I wouldn't, but for other applications, definitely would. Yeah, I've got a lot of frames. I've been collecting these frames from the Dollar Tree for a while. And then also one day I was at Staples and just happened along this back edge of wall space, and they had a whole end cap of frames marked down to like $1 and $1.75, and they are awesome. All kinds of cool frames. And so I've been kind of hoarding frames in my closet, and I need to be arting with them instead. So when I was thinking of things I wanted to do this week, I was like, I know. Let's do a frame. Because I have frames. Now, if when we were building this, we wanted to make it more dimensional, what I'm going to do is do my letters, and then from that I'm going to stick that into the frame. But if we wanted to make this more than just a name, if we wanted to make this about, you know, the person, make it show their personality, have some, you know, three-dimensional kinds of things, you could either put the lens back in, put the glass back in, and add embellishments around the frame and to the top of the glass if you wanted to, or you could forego putting that back in there and just build up, and so you'd have the frame and then the paper, and then your stuff could build up and not have any glass at all. So yes, she's carrying the pins in the complete set. One of my friends got hers before Ranger ran out in the warehouse, and she colored in one of the little color charts, because Ranger has color charts for all their stuff. And she colored in one of the color charts for us. And at the end of the color chart, she said, well, the only one that's not on there is white, because it's, well, you know, white. So that tickled me. Sorry, I had to show that. Hi, Tinkerbug. I'm hoping ours are on the way. Seems like they're taking forever, but I understand. They just weren't expecting the excitement over them. Now, when we were picking this out, Sam the Mantha has also requested for the outside of her frame, she wants some paper flowers, and we're going to die cut those tomorrow, and some butterflies. So you could do anything really. That's what she wants on the outside of her frame. I think we're going to do some flowers in the style that Debbie did them in a few, I guess a month or so ago. She's going to show us how to do them on the National Scrapbook Day. But she has some tutorials also out there on the Fisker website. And so that's what we're going to look at and try to do some Prima-esque handmade flowers to go on here. And then also die cut some butterflies. Hi, Carrie. Tissue sheets are fun. What's going in the frame? Yes. What's going in the frame is I have printed off on a piece of pink paper some large letters that spell Samantha. And before I cut the letters out, I'm going to zentangle them with tangles that start with the letters in her name. So for S, I'm going to use Sue Flowers. For one of the A's, I'm going to use Ah. And for, you know, go like that. For M, I'm going to use moved and that kind of stuff. So those will be going along in the letters, and then I'm going to glue them on a background page that is really kind of fun and doodled. It talks about creativity and that kind of stuff. And then she and I are going to cut out some butterflies and some flowers tomorrow to finish it off. But you wouldn't have to. I mean, tonight I want to show you it without the butterflies and stuff. Am I making the spiral flowers tomorrow? What kind of spiral flowers? I'm making flowers kind of like what Debbie did from New Zealand. I have a couple. She used punches because she's on the Fisker design team. But I have dies that are all kinds of different flowers. And so we're going to use those as the base and do the stamping and the different things that she did to them. Is that what you're asking me, Jim? I didn't plan to do it online. Is that what you're asking? I mean, I guess we could do it online. Dawn's not streaming, so we wouldn't be stepping on her time. We might do that. If we do it, it'll be an impromptu stream. Because it'll depend on how... it won't be a planned stream if we do that. Oh, circles that cut the spiral cut? No. These are actual flowers mostly. I do have a, oh, I forget what they're called. They're the ones that do the little accordion folds. They have a name. Mommy just got them for me for my birthday. Yes, definitely Sizzix. And I know there's a flower die or two, Jim. I just don't have that one yet. It's on my wish list, though. So, if y'all were looking for anniversary presents, you could send me dies. I'll make a wish list for you. No, we don't ask for anniversary presents for a year stream. Sigh. Sounded good. Yeah, Bill would love some sizzlings. He would. He really would. Probably not. Ooh. I don't mind clearance items. I know, and with the framelets now too, my list is just getting longer and longer. I'm glad I have a product that there will be stuff I want with it forever, it seems like. And then they keep coming out with stuff. And they keep enabling me to want more. You need new dies for your birthday present? Yes, you have a birthday coming up. I am using crystal lacquer, Molly. Using 3D crystal lacquer. In the big bottle. In the 18 fluid ounce bottle. You don't have a die cut machine, Gina? That's what you need for your birthday, Gina. It's a die cut machine. We have, for our scrapbook extravaganza, a Cricut Expressions 2 that is being given away. To enter that, you buy your raffle tickets through CharityWings.org. If one of my Odd Show compadres would like to give us a linky, I think I enabled links. And they are $5 US for 3 tickets. Everybody all over the planet can purchase these. It's not just a US raffle. And whoever wins it, it'll be shipped to them worldwide. The proceeds of the raffle benefit Charity Wings, which works with the City of Hope, Crafting for the Cure, Big Brothers Big Sisters. Most recently, they did a fundraiser project to help tornado victims from the big, huge tornadoes that swept up the Mississippi River Valley and such. It's a great, great program. We love, love, love working with them. And we are going to draw for that on National Scrapbook Day, on our live extravaganza. And many of our awesome, awesome demoers are in the room. Make yourselves known, guys. They will be there all day, in and out, doing demos on scrapbooking and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm very excited. You'll probably want to come and go, at least. There will be challenges, just like any other crop. So, you know, we may have a color challenge or this challenge or that challenge, and you'll want to come and do that with us because it'll be a lot of fun. And tons of giveaways. Not just the Cricut expressions, too, but also giveaways on, you know, just almost every 30 minutes, it seems like. When? It is going to be May 5th, National Scrapbook Day. It is going to be in the Link To room, Paper Mood Link To room, where we have our daily shows and our reboots. And it's going to start at, I believe, 10 a.m. Eastern. Is that correct? And go to at least 8 p.m. Eastern. Probably, the way we're going, we'll probably go a little longer than that, even. Thank you, Mommy, for putting that up. Last year, we did this with another group of people. And it was a great success. And this is the first year for the Odd Show group to have it. Since the Odd Show, actually, its inception was June too. So the Odd Show is celebrating 1 year of the official beginnings in June. Yes, 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you. And literally, there will be demoers from all over the world. And it's going to be very cool. Very, very cool. I'm very excited. Lots of wonderful artists and scrapbookers.
You could hear the music, can't you?
No, they can't hear the music, Sam.
Why?
Because they hear me. May 5th, May 5th, May 5th! 10 a.m. Central. No, 10 a.m.
like
Eastern, 9 a.m. Central.
The girl sounds like, their daughter sounds like a girl and she's singing. It's really fun. I was there in my car seat when it starts snoring.
Yes. There's lots of details, and there's going to be lots more stuff. I've got a huge blog blast planned for this week. So, y'all need to be sure to come play with us. It is Cinco de Mayo. Yes, snacks ready. I love it that y'all are bringing snacks. I know I'm going to do one demo, but I do a scrappy show every month, and I really, my biggest thrill in this is watching everybody else demo and getting to say, okay, so-and-so wins a prize and drawing and kind of the planning of it is my thrill. And I have excellent people helping me plan, and I appreciate it very much. And they have been lifesavers this year. Is it easy to clean my brush when I'm done? Jim, honestly, what usually happens is I get done, and like I'll get done here, and then I will go and start working on something else. And it will get stiff and, you know, all covered with muck. And so what I usually do is then take just a little, you know, jar or a little plastic cup and pour some acetone in it, like for removing fingernail polish. And the acetone then will melt that glue, and then your brush is good to go again. That's what I did just before y'all came in, as I was melting the glue off of my stuff.
Mama, I don't know how to restart it.
I can't do it right now. So, yes, I've been doing some art journaling, and occasionally I've got some videos where I have done that. Feel free to look in my videos. Some of my videos are also on YouTube, but I think most of my art journaling videos are probably on, well, maybe there's some, I think, that are out on YouTube. Most of them are on my Ustream. And I am new. I am by no way a pro at that. If you follow my fan page, I have a lot of great Pinterest links, and I have a Pinterest on my fan page, so you can go look at that as well. Oh, just you wait, Molly. That's that's what I'm publishing this week, is our funny questions. I asked our lovely demoers, and some of them haven't answered their questions yet. They'll have to get to it. Lots of silly questions, and that is what is coming up this week, is getting to know your demoers, and it's very fun, and I hope y'all enjoy it, because I enjoyed asking the questions, and they had a lot of fun answering the questions. So, yes, your bios. I think so, Gina. I think there's tons of things that you can apply from art journaling into scrapbooking as well. And, guys, I'm really liking how this frame is looking. Are y'all checking that out? So what I like to do is also what they call calendar journaling. And that's one of the things I've got to do this weekend, is get my May calendar ready to go, where you go in and do an art calendar, and then during the month you journal in the little places on your calendar what you've done. And I think what I need to do is next year is get all of my pages built. Then all I have to do is art journal. My idea was to get a couple built and then build as I go along. And because January, February, and March are always such a blur, I really need to get further along than January, February, and March when I do it for next year. Thanks, Dawn. Example of which, Gina? Of art calendars? Smash book for each season. That's a thought. My book that I carry with me everywhere, I'll remind me at the end and I'll show you. I started a recycle journal, and that's what you see in my art journaling things. Is the recycle journal, getting it started, and working in it from time to time. Yes, it has my calendar journal in it. And then Dawn did a different kind of calendar journal.
Don't tell me that I'm here too.
Don't tell people that you're here too? Okay. Nobody. Sam is here.
Hey! Sam is here, but not my dad and my brother. They are at camping.
Grammy says hi, Sam.
Hi, Grammy.
I'm sorry you're having grief tonight, Lee.
That's what I just...
Is anyone else having grief? I'm showing good bandwidth and everything. Bye, Lee. Watch the replay.
Adjust my Barbies and
Fab's battery
mummies.
is low.
Adjust my Barbies and mummies.
Okay, sorry. You have to see this.
They are just mummies.
Okay.
They're mummies.
This is Barbie Mummy. And this is Ken Mummy.
He's getting messed up.
Here you go.
They are turning real human right now.
Bye, Fab. Your battery is low. Get some rest, buddy. See you Saturday or Sunday. Fab has a show on Sunday in the Link 2 room at 11 Central, 12 Eastern. He always works with the wonderful hot off the press products. Oh, Lady Gaga is her favorite, Jim. She was just listening to Bad Romance earlier tonight. And Born That Way. She is a big Lady Gaga fan. Alright, Mama, enjoy your pizza. Grammy is having pizza. I had pizza once.
I'm using webs. They move like webs.
Okay, well, let us know. Hey, I know, Fab, if you can't be there, I will do you a one solid. I will get up on a Sunday morning just for you, and I will do a hot off the press demo with some of my lovely hot off the press products. If you need a stand-in. Well, Vince will let me in, but Vince doesn't like to get on camera. So we'll talk, Fab, if you need a step in. If you need the role of Fab to be played by Leslie Ray, I will do that for you, bud. Okay, so we're rounding the corner here. I'm getting these corners finished. And I didn't even worry about mitering the corners. I just kind of made sure they were covered. Yes, Vince is brilliant too, and he does beautiful cards and stuff, but he does not want to be on the thing at all. For Gina, 12 noon Eastern. Link to room on Sunday. If you go to the Odd Show Live page, Gina, there is links to all of our streams and the times and all of that. If you're on Facebook, I know some people aren't on Facebook, but if you're on Facebook, it's all there. And if you're not on Facebook, I think it's on our blog as well. I could be wrong. It's not on our blog. It should be. I'll look this weekend. Yeah, just click the schedule button. I'm glad she made the Barbies mummies, folks, instead of zombies.
Stop calling them zombies.
She's a big zombie fan. Thanks, Tinkerbug.
I'm a Lady Gaga fan.
Okay. All right. Coming around the corner. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. Your husband is a zombie right now? Yikes.
No, he's a zombie man.
Oh, Lord. We've got her all worked up.
I heard that.
What?
That his husband is a zombie right now. I'm not talking to zombies, I'm talking to Lady Gaga. I thought he was a Lady Gaga fan.
Shh. Hush. Sorry, children are getting out of control in the background. She is 6. She just turned 6. And she has been a scary movie. I'm trying to talk. Hush. She has been a scary movie fan and a zombie fan all of her life. I know. Her brother and I have nightmares. Hush. Hush. And we have nightmares, but, you know, that one can watch the scariest things and never have a nightmare. She. Yeah. She's a mature 6? I don't know if she's a mature 6. She's a funny 6.
I am not funny 6. I'm just a 6-year-old.
after last weekend, she is definitely the butterfly whisperer. Yes, Dawn's husband is quite talented at making very scary things. And really, Dawn is the woman behind the man because she does a lot in support of his projects.
Dawn, did you hear the movie? Dawn, did you hear the movie?
Yes, I'm not allowed to watch it. No, not quite last piece, Molly. We still need one piece. There's a little hole right there. I need one of these skinny pieces.
No.
Sam, hush. 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 Sam, I'm going to ask you to leave the room if you can't be quiet. So, okay, that was the last piece. Okay, so my frame is done. Ta-da! Alright, so there's that. And because I'm going to be doing some tangling, I'm going to take this leftover and pour it back into my bowl or my container so I don't completely run out. So I won't be using it quite immediately. Night, Amanda. Okay. Put that aside. Let it dry. Put that. Okay. So now I'll move my bits and pieces. Like I showed you earlier, this piece here, I'll pick this up real quick, is going to go inside that, okay? So you kind of get that idea, right? Well, then what we're going to do is, you could, Jim, you could definitely do the zentangle on the glass. I want to zentangle all the letters, though, instead of on the glass. But, so we'll move that out of the way. Here are my letters. And I just went into my fonts. You can find any kind of font that will make an outline letter and printed them off.
I made a berry letter.
I knew that I wanted them to be able to fit. And actually this, if you squish them together, these are going to kind of have to layer on top of each other, and I wanted it that way. If I didn't want it that way, I'd made them a little bit shorter. I wanted to make sure that they would look sizable in a 3-inch piece of area. So here between my fingers is 3 inches, so they're gonna fit in there pretty nice, I think. So then what I did is I went to tanglepatterns.com and I looked up the tangles that went with each letter of her name. And so for S, I am going to do the Sioux flowers, which I love, love, love Sioux flowers. For one of the A's, I'm going to do what they call ambler. And ambler is actually a variant of one of the official zentangles, which was e-mingle. For one of her A's, I'm going to do ah, which is also an official tangle for zentangle. I'm going to do arrowheads for the other A. For her T, I'm going to do Tortuga, which is also an official tangle. If you notice, most of the official tangles are like this in little bitty squares. A lot of those are either shown strictly in workshops or in books, and I don't have any books. So I get all of my tangles off the website. And these are relatively simple to do without a step out showing you how to do it. And I'll show you. I will provide you a step out as we go along so you can figure it out too. Huggins is what we're going to use for the H, and Huggins is an official Zentangle. Moving Day by Margaret Brimner is what we're going to use for M. And Inzeppel is what we're going to use for the N. M-N. And if you want to look up more stuff about Zentangle, the tanglepatterns.com has lots of them. I think tangle.com, Zentangle. I have lots of links on my blog at leslierahye.blogspot.com. If you look under my links tab, there's lots of Zentangle links. And but Maria Thomas is one of the founders, and this is what she does on her website. Is you go and I printed off steps 3 and 4 and then 5. Steps 1 and 2 showed where she had drawn the string and she had done the horizontal lines and then she had done the vertical lines. I could figure that out by just looking at the pictures. So, or it, you know, it would trigger my memory. So, I'm going to start with the S. And the pins I'm using tonight are my Staedtler pins. If I were going to tangle on the glass, like Jim suggested, I would definitely go with my big markets. I also like using the Zig Millenniums a lot. And finally, not as much as the rest of them, I like the microns too. But yes, zentangle.com. Thanks, Carrie. And these two are probably my favorite pin brands. Mommy carries the Zig Millenniums in the store. Staedtler, you can find those at Staples. So you are? Oh, well, don't feel free to correct me at any moment, Carrie, because I'm totally not a CZT. So humbled. Okay. Yes, I definitely want to go do it, but definitely want to take the class. But one day when I have money and time, I'm going to go do it. They usually offer it only on the East Coast, right, Carrie? And I hear it's a fabulous class. But I just love it. I love how it makes me feel. I love that it literally is yoga for the brain. And it's so simple because anybody can do it one stroke at a time. Let's see. I was going to zoom that in because I can tell right now that that's going to be difficult to see. There we go. Okay. And a lot of the tangles that I named are from people who are CZTs, certified Zentangle teachers. And, oh, you were going to Zentangle with me? That would be cool. We could go to Zentangle class together. Why aren't you going to Zentangle with me, Molly?
They're married mummies. They.
Not right now, Sam.
Oh.
So the soup flower is really easy. You make your little spiraled circle, and then you do your little loopies around the flower, and then you come in and put little dots here at the base of your loopies. And I'm sure loopy is not the technical term for that. But, you know. You don't zentangle well after drinking a martini? I bet you zentangle even better. So, hello. Come on. Focus. Focus. There you go. Okay? Yes, tipsy tangling. It's all about relaxation, you know? And everybody relaxes differently. You forgot about relaxing. How do you forget about relaxing? I love me, and that's when we were talking about art journaling, guys. One of the things I've put in my art journal is about is I have some gessoed out spaces that are there for doing zentangles. If you look at a lot of my zentangles, you know right away that Sue Flowers is one of my favorite. You need to try it, Lee. Jim, I'm sorry you're getting pink dress ads. Something you need to tell us, Jim? My favorite is I'll be watching something and I'll get like all of these ads in Spanish because I guess they assume because I'm in Texas that I speak Spanish, which I don't. I speak enough Spanish to get me in trouble. Because I'll say something like, Pueda Ariadagli, and all of a sudden they start spewing things at me.
That's my name.
And,
SAMNTHA.
And I have no idea what they say. Now,
Sam.
Thank you, Sam. And so, now, this is not really part of Sue Flowers. This is just a filler that I like to do to get some of the space, is I put little dots here. You don't have to do that. You could leave it. But I filled in with some little dots a little bit. So I have my little Sue Flowers. I think I want a Sue Flower here. Sorry. There. Okay. I'm happy with that now. Okay. It's very quick. So for this A, I'm going to do Ambler. And Ambler is very easy. A lot of these are built on just a grid. So if you make your grid, okay, and then things to notice while I'm doing this. I did not stop and get a ruler or any other drawing utensil. It's not about, gosh, is my line straight or whatever, okay? Just draw it. And you can look and see my line is not straight. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you. It's okay. And the next thing is, this is the fun part about Ambler. If you do e-mingle, and you have, I'm going to do it up here. I'm going to do e-mingle up here so you can see it. Okay? Alright. E-mingle. Yes, no rulers. Oh, the horror. Gina, it's okay. E-mingle, they all go the same direction. And you start and you do a square spiral going in. And they all go in. Okay? The difference between that and Ambler is, okay, that one went that way. Well, this one goes down, it goes this way. And this one starts in the bottom and goes this way. So it ambles around. Okay? Isn't that cool? So I'm going to start here, just randomly in the middle. And I went there, so I'm going to go. And these, where the letter falls off, I just keep my pattern going the way it would have gone. And so I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to go this way. This way. And this way. And this way. Yes, you start at a different corner each time, Gina. And I know I read in one of the notes that she sent to the DT that Jean is going to start carrying some pens and stuff also in Altered Pages for doing tangling with. Good night, Lee. Yeah, I like, this is one of my favorites. My name is Leslie Ray, so mine have lots of similar zentangles in it, and I like that. Watch over the next, I guess, week or so, my blog header is going to change. And be sure to watch, because it's going to have, my name is going to be zentangled in there, and that will be my own tangling. So, blog, leslierahye.blogspot.com. If somebody wants to type that in there for her, that would be excellent. Okay, for M, I'm going to do the rest of my A's while I'm here. Ah is very simple to figure out, since it doesn't really have a place. Okay, you can see the A. What it is, it's like, start here. I'll do it up here big first. Go here, 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 here. Okay, so you kind of have an implied circle in the middle. Yes, Molly. and then put the dots on the end here. And then you do them all over, and then you have some random little dots of 3 or a dot here, that kind of thing for ah. Okay, this A. Excuse me, here we go. So for ah, okay, for ah, we're gonna go over here. And it almost looks like a jack, like, you know, when you were playing balls and jacks. So, and really, since I'm going to cut the letters out, if while I'm doing these and I want them to go off, if they go off like that, it's not a big deal, because I'm going to cut it off, as opposed to doing something where it's all on here and I'm going to put a border or something around it. So, I do like my styler. I like these pigment liners, and I like the Zig Millennium pen real well. I like how it draws better. I like how, I mean, I've done a bunch of tangles with these, and they're still really nice and inked. I like the way they write over the gesso or over Sakura. Like if I've done this and I wanted to zentangle on, if I wanted to do some zentangle on this pen would do that for me. I just like the quality of pen that they have. And I'm a big old pen nerd. I will be the first to tell you. So, okay. And then my last A is arrowheads. And it is also built kind of on a grid, but not. This one, we start with our horizontal lines. And like I said, I'm going to cut that out anyway, so going through that is not a big deal. And then now you do horizontal line, or not horizontal, diagonal. That's the big word. Diagonal. Do our diagonal lines, and then we're going to do diagonal lines back the other direction. And we want them where these points line up, we want them to line up. So that's really the only thinking you have to do on this one. Okay, so now I've got my base built. There you go. Okay. Oh, wonderful, Lori. And wonderful, Molly. Thank you. Okay, so now you pick which ones, because you want it to be all the points that go down. And so what she recommends is doing like that. And so then this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. And I'm going to get a little bit bigger pen to color. Instead of using my 0.3, I'm going to bring out my 0.8, my big bad boy, and color him in. Hi, Susan. The funny thing about coloring these sometimes is I will color and it'll be late at night. And this one is running out of ink. Get a different one. And I'm glad you're alive. What do you mean? This is black. Traditionally, zentangles are done, and please feel free to correct me if I am wrong, Madam Carey. Traditionally, they're done on a 3.5-inch square tile with a black pen. They have also done some shading, usually with pencil. They're meant to be done quickly in a short setting. This is a black pen on pink paper. Ooh, my coloring went pretty good, gotta say. Night, Molly. You don't you don't like the color. Oh, you don't like the colored tangles as much as you do the blacks. Okay, I'm with you. I got you. I feel you. Okay, and let's do Huggins while we're on this page. It is also built on a grid, only your grid is dots. And this one looks a lot more involved than it is. Morning glass is Dawn. Right. Who does say bye to? Bye, Dawn. Oh, I'm sorry, Molly. Stay with me, Molly. It was the martini kicking in. Okay. Okay, so see, I've got my grid. And it's an okay grid. Okay? Now, this is the fun part, is you then do over, under, over. Okay? So, like here is over, under, over. Okay? Where's my H? Over, under, over. You've got your nose to the screen. How did I get everything so even? It's really not as even as it looks. I promise you. Okay? And then where you went over, like I went over here, this one is going to go under here. So under, over, under. Okay? And so where this is over, this is going to go under and then over. Where this is under, it goes over, under. So you keep working it. Under, over, under. I can't do this one without saying over, under, over. Under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Yes, you have to say over, under, over, over. Okay, so I got overs and unders. Now, where it bulbs out, okay, these two bulb out. Let me see. Like these two right here bulb out. So this is going to go in. Okay, so let me show you. This is going to go in, and that one's going to go in. See? Whoops, sorry. That's an M. Okay? And see, that's not perfect, but it's okay. We're going to go with it. All right? I know, it looks woven, and it's the best. This is one of those wow ones that is, you know, lots of bang for your buck. Because once you figure it out, you're going to be addicted to doing this everywhere. This one is awesome. It's an awesome filler. Okay, and see? H. Isn't that cool? And see where I had the little flub up there? Nobody cares. Well, Carrie might care. I don't care. It makes me happy. And maybe Carrie doesn't care. Okay, the T is also built on a grid. It's built on a square grid. And it's very simple, so I'm just going to go right down the middle of my T here real quick. And I said the T, the Tortuga. I think I'm going to go a little bit like that. Okay. And really my grid is not perfect grid. It's just a grid. Okay. And what you do is you do like you're doing a soufflower and an e-mingle. You just kind of go around in your grid. Okay. So I'm just going to go around, and they all go the same direction. Now, when you start doing these, guys, you'll find yourself sitting around doodling when you're supposed to be doing things at work or whatever. I've got my boss doing them too. Okay, so Tortuga. Yes, little spirals. See, here's a big one. Right here. And really, it probably could have touched the edges. Okay. All right. The last two are M and N. M is called Moving Day. It is also built on a grid. So let me make my grid. The reason I picked these is because they are good space fillers. Okay? They fill up the whole space. All right. Now, this one, we're going to start somewhere. And we need to make lines that go this direction. Okay? And I'm going to make that in every other square. All right? So, all right? So I have those in every other square. Yes, Tinkerbug, this is being recorded. Okay? Now, I'm going to go in and color in between my lines. So I'm going to
I'm going to bed.
Night, Sam.
Night. I'll get sleep.
You
Don't
too.
let the bed bugs bite.
Okay. Yes, you can come back and try these, Tinkerbug. And I have several zentangle videos on my YouTube as well. Okay, so those are colored. All right. Now, turn it and do it the opposite direction so that where these came to a corner, like here, okay? You can't see the chat, Carrie? There we go. All right, so see them going the opposite direction? Now we're going to color again. And this one I'm coloring fast. I'll probably come back in on this one and color my lines a little better. But I want to get the end done and show you doing some cutting out and piecing them together on the paper. I noticed when I held it up just a minute ago, I had some spots. I love this. Looks like twill. Isn't that cool looking? Yeah, I love this. Yeah. Okay. In. And this one, again, built on a simple little grid. Alright. Draw your horizontals. Draw your verticals. Alright. And then this one, you then cross these. And you make sure that your lines line up. Okay. Carrie, Gina keeps asking, are there zentangle classes online? Gina, you're at one. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if there are official ones, Gina, or not. And then go this way. Okay. So see, that in and of itself is pretty cool looking. Okay. Now I've got to change to a smaller pen. This was a 0.3. I thought I had my 0.1. Alright guys, if you were my 0.1 pen, where would you be? You would not be where you're supposed to be at this moment. You're supposed to be... Oh, okay, my 0.1 pen is not here. I'm gonna... Let's see. I might can do it with this one. This is still a 0.3. I might can do it with this. This is my micron. And I had a 0.3 in my hand, but this is a little bit tighter. And what you do is now that you've got these spaces, okay? Let me draw real quick what kind of spaces you have, a little bigger. Okay, now that you have these spaces, you draw where you round off your corners. Okay, you draw in them where you kind of round off the corners, and that's very sloppy, but you draw in them where you kind of round off the corners, okay? And then you keep doing that in all the spaces, okay? So Oh, on my blog, there is a links. Somebody go to my blog and grab the link to the links page. There's a page called links across the top, and there's tons of Zentangle links to that. And that will get you started. And that has been recently updated because some of my friends have, that I started Zentangling with when I first started this, they have quit maintaining their blogs. And so I had a whole bunch more on there, but they quit blogging. And then, and also on there is I Am the Diva, and she does, it's Laura Harms, and she does a weekly challenge for Zentangling. And that's really what got me started, because I love it, you know. Okay, look across the top of the blog. It'll say stuff like schedule. It'll say home and schedule and something and links. Click on the links one and scroll down. Okay, so I very quickly went in there and kind of rounded. Okay, so now, with the magic of television, I'm going to cut them out. Lickety-split. Well, maybe not lickety-split, but... Now, see, I didn't have to leave this much space, but I wanted to so you could see my stuff without rubbing my hand through it. And I'm going to cut around these. Yeah, I just rounded the points. No coloring in. I just went back in and made triangles. Here, this is similar to what I did. It shows, let's see, here. That's where it shows what I did. I think, Raven, it would be harder to Zentangle them if you cut them out first. But yeah, if you wanted to, if you had like a Cricut, I know what you could do. If you had a Cricut, you could set all your letters, cut your letters, and before you took them off your mat, Zentangle them. And then scoop them off your mat. I think that would work. See, when you win your Cricut Expressions too, that's what you can do with it. Night, Tinkerbug. Glad we could inspire you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my thin Big Market where I've kind of cut close to the edge here. And I'm just going to lightly go over that edge. And the reason I say lightly is because I don't want to sit and hold it, or, of course, well, I need to get a bigger Big Market. That one's not working right. Is because, sorry, thanks, Molly. I'm going, and actually, the best is to do it on this side. Turn your paper over, okay? Go around your edge like this. On the back side. Don't stay in one spot too long. Okay? And this is especially good right around your tips like that. Not for shading, but for getting your edge back on your letter. Because I was a messy cutter. Jim, I am still learning about shading. I am not an expert shader like my friend Sandra is. My friend Sandra, also known as Melissa's, she is a crazy mad shader. This is just to get definition on my letters because I'm fixing to put them on a very busy background. But, and see, anything that you have little curves like that, it's easier to do that on this side, and see, your letter is nicely outlined again. And you didn't make a big old wad of mess in the corners, you know? So, but here is what I'm going to put it on. Okay? So, cut it, cut it, cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it. Cut it, cut it. Cut it. Yes, one day I will be the better at my shading. But right now, I just want some pretty letters on my plaque. There's a lady, Sandra Bartholomew, that wrote a book called Yoga for the Brain. And by calling it that, it said to me, I know, I think the Zentangles do work with the busy background. It said to me that just like yoga, you need to listen with your body, be okay with where you are. You know, it might not be perfect to someone else, but you're not comparing it to someone else. You're doing your own. You want to be happy with it for yourself, and I'm very happy with it. So, I like the coolness of it. I think they look very interesting. Now, if you didn't like zentangling and you didn't want to tangle your letters for your sign, you could use certainly pattern papers or solid papers, especially if you did as busy a background as I did. You almost could get away with like solid papers and or map the letters. That would be cool. Yes, a hole punch would work for the center, Susan. Or I can just hold my mouth right and cut them. You are, Carrie? That would be cool. Tell her I'm a big fan and see if she'll give me a book. No, I'm kidding. No, I need to get her book. Actually, I've got it on interlibrary loan order right now. My super duper librarian. My rock star glasses. Yes, I will put up and show my rock star glasses again in a minute. Okay, so some Samantha. Yes, we were We were busy jamming to Lady Gaga earlier. And my glasses are very Lady Gaga. Move my papers out of the way here. My silly Sam, the way she's been acting, she's lucky I didn't print out Sam-a-Lam-a Ding Dong. I'd need more frames for that. They're very fun. Have you not seen my Rockstar glasses? I'm very excited. Vicky was not here tonight, but I would have told her that I have an appointment to go get my jamberries put on for next week for the extravaganza. Vicky is a nail jamberry person. They're like these little sheets of plastic nail that they actually melt onto your hand or onto your nails. And they're supposed to last a long time, so I'm going to craft test them for her next week. And we'll be giving away some on the extravaganza. I'm very excited. It'll be fun. Yeah, kind of like decals, only different. Okay, my H is my favorite letter, just so y'all know. Followed closely by the S and the M. I mean, I like the A's. A's are necessary to spell Samantha, but the H is my favorite. What I'm going to do is place them so you kind of see where they're going to go. I debated with doing like a doodle around the edge of them, but I think it would get lost in the pattern on the paper. So I think I'm going to let them stand as is. And that's another thing, if we wanted to and not use the glass, I think I'm going to use the glass. But if I wanted to not use the glass, I could use pop dots to pop them up. This would be a most fun teacher present, I believe next week or the week after, soon. Anyway, I have to look again. Coming up is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I think this would be a fun present to do for your teachers for their rooms. If you have kids or grandkids. I think that would be very fun. And like I said, I'm a frame hoarder, but this frame I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I know I've seen them have more of them. They have bigger frames like that at Walmart that will hold a regular picture, but like a landscape, what do you call it, panoramic picture, but those are bigger. Okay, so here are my letters. Here is my frame. Okay. S. A. M. Actually, I think, no, I got there. S, A, M. Do I have my A's going the right ways, guys? Okay, good. S, A, M, A. And this is also why I decided not to do anything. Because, see, if I keep going, I'm going to fall off my page, right? So I can snug them up and let them kind of hang on each other. So let's see. Let me back out. Yeah, I know. The M is awesome. I love the M. Let's go back over here. Okay. All right. So, see, they totally need to layer a little bit. So let's pull the A's out for a minute. T, H. This A has to go here. So that has to go there. So M. M, T, H. Backwards A. A. Without putting the frame completely on it. There. Yay, I love it! It's going to be cool with the thing on it. What do you think, guys? I know. I love that. So I think it's going to be very cool. And then she wants to cut out some flowers and some butterflies out of the paper. So I think that will look cool with that. So there you go. Frame. Ta-da! Almost done. I'm going to go back around. Yeah, I showed you how to do the S. I'm going to go back around the rest of them with this. Okay. And then tomorrow, Sam and I will cut out some flowers and some butterflies. We might record that if she's up for it. Sometimes sometimes she's kind of funny about recording. So we'll see if she's going to be funny or if she's going to be conducive to the project at hand. But yeah, I love how that looks. Molly, thanks for the papers. Those are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to have a ribbon hanger. I've got lots of beautiful ribbons that we can use, and we'll pick out what she wants to use, and put some butterflies and flowers on there on the outside. I think it's going to look great in her space. And if her brother doesn't act right, I'm going to make him a pink one too. So, all right, moving up. You ready? No. Where am I? Here I am. It's me. It's me with my rock star glasses. Rock star glasses. So, I hope y'all like it. I know, isn't that fun? I made these. Sam, we have Red Ribbon Week. Do y'all know what Red Ribbon Week is? Red Ribbon Week is a, thanks, Jim. I want to go look at your stuff. Red Ribbon Week at school is for drug awareness. And what they do every day is they do something silly. Well, what it meant for my kids is they could dress up something different every day. And one day was for Rockstar Day. And I made these glasses for her. I thought, we need Rockstar glasses, right? So I made these glasses with my bling and my punches. And I had her a big foofy Rockstar hair bow. And got her some big pink tennis shoelaces, and her pants had little pink stars. It matched the stars on her pants and stuff that she had on. she wore the bow. Oh, and she had bracelets. She had pink Rockstar bracelets. And she wore the bracelets. But she wouldn't wear the glasses because, as you can see, they have no lenses. And in her opinion, they needed to have lenses. And she was annoyed with that. So I wear them more than she does. Now that I have taken more interest in them, of course she wants them back. But they're mine. They're my Rockstar glasses. So if you feel like a rock star, get your Rockstar on. But anyway, so did everybody enjoy the frame and the zentangling? We did really good on time today, guys. I'm impressed with me. I know, she is funny. She is so funny. I have been super busy making sure I have the next 3 months. 3 months. It's my gluey fingers. The next 3 months of Ustreams already preset. So you can do it. Raven, I think you can find those frames. If you can't, let me know, because I know I saw them at my Dollar Tree like recently. And then, like I said, Walmart has the bigger ones that are like 4 inches by maybe 10 or 12 inches that are like for the panoramic size pictures. They have bigger ones too. Thanks, Carrie. I hope I did Zentangle justice. So, how do I preset a live show? What I do is I went and created all the events for them. So you can see what they are. Most of them I even have what I'm going to be doing at that show. So, you know, if you're very interested in something, it's in there. There's a couple that I didn't do because I wanted to leave them open for later. I'll be going to convention in June, and there may be some techniques and stuff that I might want to share with you. I think the scrapbooking one in June I left open because I may do something special that I'll learn at convention. Don't know. No, not CHA. We have a Great American Scrapbook Convention in June in Dallas, or not Dallas, but in Arlington. And that's my hometown. That's where Mommy lives, and so I go up there and we hang out and go scrapbook convention together and spend a great weekend together. So I don't know that I'm taking classes right then. I was kind of bored with the classes last time. I like to go and see what the demoers are doing, and I learn a lot of neat things from them. They have some amazing demoers up there always, and I like to go see what some of the new products are that I haven't seen. Yeah. I took classes the first couple of times, and the first time I took classes is really fabulous. And then the second time I took class, I ended up teaching the class because the person that they had gotten to do it from Seven Gypsies did not read instructions very well. And so I read the instructions, and basically Mommy and I put the class together ahead of her, and she would show our stuff as the demo. And we did that for 2 classes in a row because we had 2 Seven Gypsies classes because we love Seven Gypsies. And I was just like, seriously? No. I mean, I paid to teach this class, and I'd paid good money to teach that class. So, no, wasn't going to do it. So I, got burned on classes that year. And I would look at the classes and I said, no, just not something I care to do. So, but that's, excuse me, nose itch. But yeah, it's going to be a fun thing. But like I said, the next 3 months I've got planned up on my streams and stuff. I know one of those months we have a 5th Friday, so we'll have a Odd Show Friday. So that'll be fun. So next Friday I am not here because it's First Friday. And good night all. Yes. Good night, Carrie. An Odd Show Friday. I'll tell you about that in just a minute, Gina. Next Friday is First Friday. I will not be here. I will be here, but I will not be streaming. I will be getting ready for National Scrapbook Day and please, please, let me put my slide up for National Scrapbook Day. Please, please, please remember, you know, we were telling you earlier about getting your tickets for the drawing. Please do that. It's a great cause. Charity Wings is awesome, 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 and they do such good work, and we want to support them. And you get a chance to win a Cricut Expressions too. How cool could that be? And we'll also have tons of other giveaways, lots of wonderful, wonderful demos and challenges, and lots of fun. And it will be in the link to room that's described there. So yes, you get $5 for 3 chances. If you spend $20, you get 17 chances. Yes, and I will be helping you get ready too, Susan. I will be troubleshooting any of my hosts over in the link to room, making sure they're all comfortable with what they're doing. So that will be next Saturday. And that will actually be during Dawn's streaming time. So I'm wondering if we could convince Dawn to stream tomorrow. Oh, well, maybe not. Anyway, and that is being brought to you by what we call, Gina, the Odd Show. The Odd Show is myself and Fab and Amanda and Dawn. And the way the Odd Show started was when Fab and I started streaming in June of last year. He was doing the first and third, and I was doing the second and fourth Fridays of the month. And we said, okay, well, when there's an odd Friday, the 5th Friday, then we'll stream together. We'll have an odd show. Hence, that's how the Odd Show started. And throughout the year, we've added Amanda and Dawn, and we love, love, love them. During the week, because I work at the travel agency, Amanda and Dawn and Fab do daily shows at noon Eastern, 11 Central, in the Paper Mood Room. They're not recorded. They're strictly off the hip. Go, have fun, kind of, welcome to my studio kind of a thing. Once a week. Sometimes it's a Monday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes it's Wednesday, occasionally it's a Friday. We have the reboot, and that is random, but we will tell you a couple of days before we do it. And then we do special events, like we're doing National Scrapbook Day, and probably in October for Card Making Day, we'll do a Card Making Day kind of thing. That's that. I do Crafty Gig the 2nd and 4th Fridays of the month, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Always at this place. I always record it. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I do post there. Reboot is just the odd evening show. It's always at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. And it's just a random day during the week. And then my fan page is Leslie Ray's fan page. And you can keep up with me on the Odd Show Live fan page. All of this information is there, Gina. And then most of my stuff, usually, the products I use today, the crystal lacquer and the pens, you can get from cutandpastememories.com. That's my mommy's store. If there is something you want and she doesn't have on the site, just email her. She does do special orders. She's very good about that. And she does a lot of pre-orders of new products, which is kind of fun. I like that too. And then I have a monthly challenge. It goes from the 3rd Friday to the 3rd Friday of each month. It's a scrappy challenge. This month, it's Make Mine a Mini. And so these are all mini scrapbook things that are 5 inches or less. All the details are on my blog. You can click on the link at the top of my blog, and it says take me to the current challenge, and that's where that is. And my scrappy that is what I've got, folks. So if anybody has any other questions, I will bid you all adieu. Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay. Well, I thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. I know Fancy Pants will love her sign when we're working on the butterflies and stuff tomorrow. I will do my best to take some pictures for you. Thank you, Cheryl. And you all have a good night. Have a happy weekend. I have girls' weekend. We're going to make some homemade spaghetti and some strawberry cupcakes. Yum. Thanks, Jim. I try to be informative and kind of quirky sometimes. It's all about the glasses for you, Jim. I know it is. I'm glad you caught me too, Susan. So, good night. Good night. I'm going to stop the recording. I'll be back.